hours, and then while waiting for Sharita and Police to join. But yeah, thanks for joining this session. I guess before I kick it off, yeah, this session is about knowing yourself and knowing others. Yeah, so I think you might have heard the term MBTI. Do you know about it? Yeah, about no. Huh. Okay, so when you saw this in the calendar, was wondering like what this session would be about. Okay, very good, wonderful. So you know how much about MBTI?
I know I've changed it over the years. One of those like the psychology slash social sciences. You guys some I like to do with my free time.
Okay, and you also know.
Yes, I know MBTI.
Yeah. Okay, so we have different space in the room. You know MBTI. Haven't heard about MBTI. You think MBTI changes all the time. So I'm going to share that with all of you because one of the reasons is that then somehow use this as a common language. Yeah, so we talk a lot about MBTI, and it's about self-awareness and awareness of each other as well. Yeah, because everybody is different, right? And then also we accept everyone and we have to work together. But sometimes there are things that irritate each other, right? And then you just think like, oh, this person is so annoying, or this person is so difficult and so good, right? But it's because of certain things, yeah, they're not the same as us, right? So let's get into it. Yeah, the quote by Aristotle that actually knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. So just okay, as I already mentioned, what we want to gain out of this 2 hour session, yeah, it's going to be very interactive, very fun, reflective, personal as well. So you can share with one another. But it's to really get a deeper awareness and understanding of yourself and your own preferences. Yeah, maybe you think that you know yourself, but after this session, maybe you know yourself even better, right? And then the second is to understand others' preferences. So not just yourself, but each other, right? So that's why it's nice to do it together as a group. Yeah, then you can learn from each other as well, right? And how to interact and collaborate better in the team. So we've done this with everybody in the faculty. Yeah, so you can go out and ask later on, like, what's your MBTI? Yeah, same, different. Yeah, so it's always also very interesting to explore. Okay. Oh. Okay, yeah, so this is what we're going to go through today. We have a bit of a warm up. Yeah, very quick warm up, very easy one. Hope. And then I'll go to be more like what exactly is MBTI. And first, MBTI, then we do a bit more practically. Let's discover your own MBTI. Okay, so hope you're excited. Yeah. Sure. And yeah, the team. Yeah, we find out a bit more about other team profile. I'll share with you what the team profile is. And then okay. Okay. Super simple question. Yeah, nothing groundbreaking. Yeah. One fun fact about yourself. So it can be like what you like, what you don't like, anything like something that interests you. Alright, so just give you 30 seconds to think about it. Yeah. It's okay, you don't need to impress anyone, just anything simple. Right? That's one simple fun fact. Okay. Yes, welcome. So we're going to share fun facts about ourselves very quickly as a warm up. Yeah. Give me laugh. You want to go with it?
Yes, we do. Let's want to find it.
There is more pressure for the last one though, because you need to become more creative. Yeah.
Don't worry, I got this. No, I keep letting you end last. It's okay. The pressure.
Why? Okay.
We can start using the plastic.
Okay. Okay, next. One fact.
Yeah, about yourself.
Quickly.
Excited.
I have kickbox. I do kickboxing. Okay, nice.
Enjoy crowding. Enjoy crowding.
So she does kickboxing. Okay.
Okay, Simon.
I have 19 plants in my house.
Team.
Yeah, 19 plants in my small studio of a 450 square feet studio. I have 19 plants and they're thriving.
What kind of babies?
19 baby plants.
I love that.
Yes.
Thanks, Simon. Sharida? Cats.
I think this is I have two currently, but previously the previous batch was had 4. So this is my second batch.
You have to You foster cats, what do you mean batch?
That means that the first batch.
Just have to ask foster or.
Yeah, it's a British short hair breed.
You all have guys.
No, I don't have. I'm a dog person. Dog.
Okay, nice. Okay, so Teresa, this is really bad work. To summarize cycle, I was fined 4 times in one single day. Different cycle, so I'm a disaster. Go on 4 times in where? In the south of Spain, and where I go in summer.
Yeah.
Because I was driving with the phone, so they saw me. And they figured out I didn't have like the seguro, like insurance, the insurance. I didn't have, well, I didn't have my, I didn't have my like permission with me.
Oh no.
Because of the phone and because of the, you know the permission you have to do to check that like your car is fine.
Yeah.
Like every four.
Inspection.
I didn't have it, so four times in a day.
Oh, wow.
But
I'm sure that won't broke. Nice. Nice result. Anyone?
I don't know.
Anything, what, like, you check, like, the last trip, and then something.
Yeah, something you like, or you don't like.
And we went to like a road that is like with a lot of bars, you know, and we finally ended up like going in a tuk-tuk. And we didn't know where we were going. But we were like, there are some people, so they told us like, join us. And we're like, okay, we didn't know where we were going. And we spent like 40 minutes in the tuk-tuk. And then we ended up in a club.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good. Okay.
I like when you like saw Spanish people speaking, people are like, yes, my company, let's go. One of the best trips I went to was when I went to the particle accelerator at CERN in Switzerland. So I like physics. Yeah, it was like all those giant structures that smash like atoms together and make them particles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really cool place.
Okay, really cool stuff. Very good. So now we know a little bit about each other, right? And then I think we'll get to know even more. So I love this sharing, right? Thank you for that. Okay, now MBTI, right? Boyan, Chariza, you heard of MBTI as well? Yeah. Yes. Okay. No worries, I'll do a quick recap, right? Especially for those who are new to this. Actually, MBTI is based on Carl Jung. So Carl Jung is a very famous psychologist. Yes, and he was very interested in human behavior. Yeah, so he's a Swiss psychologist. And actually, way back, I think before the World War, he was already like researching, like thinking like, yeah, why people act in certain ways, and what drives their behavior. Yeah, so we wrote books about it, but it was not very practical at all. It was very theoretical. Yeah. But after that, this mother and daughter, Catherine Briggs and Isabel Myers, they picked up this work. Yeah, so that was during the Cold War. Right, during the war, they were also very curious about why do people act this way. Right, so they picked how Jung's work up and they made it even more practical. So they further developed it into what we now call the MBTI, the Myers. That's why it's named after the Myers-Briggs type. Yeah, and just want to share that MBTI is not a test. Yeah, so it's not really a test like you pass the test or fail the test, but it's an indicator. So it helps you, yeah, what kind of person you might be like. Yeah, so it just helps you to understand people better. Right? There's no right or wrong answers, right? So there's no right or wrong as it is, there's no like the best type, the worst type, no, right? So all types have their pros and cons. Yeah, just how they do and right? So every one of us will have thought of a type. Yeah, and the thing is that we are not trying to put you in a box. Yeah, this is nothing about putting. It does look like a box to it, but it's more like how do you think about yourself. What are some of the personality traits as well. Right, so it's not about labeling or stereotyping. Yeah, but I think understanding like why you don't like in a certain way. Okay. Yeah, so Sorry, if you have any questions, by the way, just feel free to ask. Yeah, if you don't understand or you have an idea or thought, you can just share it as well. Okay. Yeah. So again, no judgment here, right? There's no judgment, you can be any type. Yeah, we can have a good laugh about it. So it's funny. Yeah, but it's not about judging or it's not about testing right or wrong. Okay? Yeah, no judgment at all. Right? Right. So now I have I have paper for everyone. Yeah. A pen, do you have a pen?
I can get
Just take a piece of paper and
Just get a pen.
yeah. No pens outside.
Pens.
Thank you.
Use, it's okay. Or what comments?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, very simple exercise. Thank you, Mama.
Okay.
Write a short sentence and sign the name. Any sentence, a short sentence.
You're right, it's Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just write a short sentence, any sentence, and sign your name. Right? Short sentence. Okay. Yeah, just sign.
Yeah, just sign.
Sign.
Not my name.
Your name.
That's sign.
Okay, looks like everyone's done. Okay. Now for the next exercise. So I want you to do exactly the same sentence, same signage.
Yeah, it's written in Arabic, then I can do it.
Yeah. Teresa, very smart. Nice short and sweet sentence.
The signing part is funny.
Good luck, Mariam.
I mean, like, like, right. Everything.
He's okay.
Fine, so, it's very fast.
Wow, this is just.
He's talking about me like a 2-year-old, right? Go ahead. Huh.
Yeah, this is signing part is very funny.
Teresa did the best. Very fun.
Yeah. Okay,
Signature, same.
yes, you did very nice.
Yeah.
Here's not that nice.
Okay, yeah, you can look at each other's handwriting. Can I know what was your sentence? What does it mean? And mine? Yeah.
I love being like doing the
Oh, okay. Nice. In Spanish, how do you say it?
Me encanta hacer prácticas y por el uso.
Oh,
Okay.
yours? Teresa, please repeat.
Yo le soy fine.
My like short
Make the most.
Okay, great. So, so there were 2 rounds, right? I asked you the first time to write a sentence and sign it on me. Right? I just want to ask you, how was that experience for you? When I asked you to do it, like how did you find it? Writing that, doing that?
Hard. Hard.
Hard.
Yeah,
the first time.
The first time I did it.
No, I mean the first round when I asked you the first time to write. Yeah.
Easy.
Easy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else? Pass? easy, fast,
Natural.
natural. Okay. Ridiculous. Fast, natural.
Focus on what to actually write.
Okay, yeah, very good. So the first time, what did you focus on?
Was like what sentence to I want to say. That was more of it. As opposed to not too vicious. The whole focus was on this game. And steadily,
Yeah, okay.
different focus.
Different focus, yeah, very good. So focus more on speech.
Yeah.
The second round, right? Because the environment really going there, right? Yeah. How was the second round then? Using other
Physical.
hard, difficult, challenging, fun, yeah, hard, challenging, fun. What else? How's the quality of the second round?
Big.
Compared to the first round?
I think like what Teresa said, like a sharp children.
Childlike. Yeah.
So the quality is not as good as the first one, right? Not the same.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So less, yeah, less speed, right? So you took a normal time. And then you know actually
Sometimes
this organized, okay?
that doesn't like people writing to me.
And the focus was more on the writing, right? Yes. Ask. Okay. Um, but at the end of the day, did you get the job done?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so you got the job done, right? Yeah. So I think I noticed that I think all of you are right-handed except Simon, right? Yeah, so all of you, the first one you see your right. And then Simon left, and then after that, swap, then you use your left, then except you use right. I just want to show that we use it as a demonstration for exercise. Right? Yeah, because when we go into the exercise later, we have a lot of activities for you to think about. We are looking for what feels natural to you. Yeah. So imagine every time I'll ask you a question, right? And then you think about, you say that I have both hands. Yeah, I have both hands, but think about which one is the most natural, the easiest one for me. Right? Because when I ask you to do something, straight away you didn't even ask me like, oh, which hand? Right? You just took the pen and then you wrote it with your right hand, right? It's your left. Right? So you didn't even question it. So think about most natural, practical.
I see.
Yeah, right. So we're trying to find our right hand here, sit on your left hand. Okay. And you will say, yeah, I don't know, like in situation, I will do this, I will do that, both, I will do both balance. Again, always try to think about your right hand. And what we call this, yeah, this is the comfort zone. Whereas this is. So you can get it fast done. You've done it, yeah, or you wrote your sentence, you sign a leave, you got it done, but it takes up more effort. You have to focus more, it takes up more energy, but you can get it done. Yeah. I know like now it's football season, so we got to give this analogy as well, like with Ronaldo. Everybody knows that Ronaldo is like a huge righty, uses right with a lot. Yeah. So, but he has actually trained his other leg, the left leg, almost as good. Yeah, almost, but not quite. It's not 100%. Yeah, it's 99%. Yeah. So if you're in a penalty, right, and you give him a choice, like which foot do you think he will use? Yeah, obviously he will still do his side. Yeah, he should stick to his sort of comfort. But he would never ever use the other. Yeah, even though it's almost as good. And some of us have trained ourselves that way to have both almost as good. Like we can practice writing as much as we want the other two. Yeah. But if we can get the choice, we can. Yeah. But we choose to the comfort zone. Right?
I don't know, we did have the 60 personalities website, that's what I did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's always very difficult for me to choose between like one extreme or the other. So you just exercise to be useful.
Yeah, exactly.
Like an instinct.
Yeah, so 16 personalities, that website is MBTI as well. Yeah, and sometimes you say it's difficult, especially when we go through more experiences in life, the older, it's harder to distinguish. Yeah, then it becomes less clear like who are we actually. Yeah, sometimes you might need to go back to your childhood days. Yeah, because when you're a child, like you don't think about like what's the expectation of me. You don't think about expectations anymore. You don't think about like what you want. So you just do your thing. Responsibility. Yeah. But then now, now actually you may be thinking like, oh, I'm supposed to do these things. Yeah, and then it just becomes so clear anymore what's your natural preference. Right? Okay. So this is a quick demonstration about MBTI. Okay, so again, the principle of preferences, not second mouthful sound, you have both. Right? But there's in MBTI, there's two opposite poles. There's two sides. So I'll show you there are two dimensions. You can use both at different times, but not with the same confidence and same energy. As I said, right? Different, it's not your comfort zone, your episode is not the same comfort, not the same confidence, and not the same energy. Right? But it's not wrong or right. There's no wrong or right. Okay. Okay. So I'll share with you what are the preferences. There's four dimensions and 8 preferences, so left and right. The first one is about energy. And where do you like to focus your energy on? Right? So we call it extraversion, that is you focus your energy on the outside world. Introversion is focusing your energy on the inner world. Right? So it's not about how social you are, by the way. Right? Doesn't mean that you're super social is indicator for that, but it's more than that. It's about energy. I'll go through each one more in depth later. Okay. The second one is about information. Yeah. So if you have some information in front of you, like how do you digest it? Yeah. How do you digest it and understand the information? Okay. Yeah. So we call one side S, the sensing. Sensing. It's a bit more about 5 senses: touch, feel, see, hear, sensing, and intuition. Intuition means a bit more about making meaning out of things. Yeah. The third one is about decision making. Okay. Yeah. Decision making is the key word here. It's not about we call it thinking and feeling, but it's nothing about how emotional are you. Right? Even though the words have thinking, it doesn't mean like how emotional, but it's not about how you make decisions. And finally, how do you organize your outer world? Okay. So like you have a room, for example, how do you organize that? Okay. We call it judging and perceiving. The words here can be a little bit confusing, so I'll give you that later. Okay. So yeah, we'll go through and with your paper, after we go through every exercise, you will find yourself either an E or I and S and N. So you have to decide yourself. Okay, so when you choose that method, you decide which one are you and you write it down. Okay. Brian, we had a very interesting comment just now about say your MBTI changes all the time. Do you notice that it changes a lot?
It depends, but I think because when you brought the point about what is most natural, most instinctual, I think it changed because I didn't know how much of it was doing things because it was right, or because it was a must, or because it was those things where I think tend to get merged into one thing when you're one thing, but then growing up that it becomes clear that those are the different things. It only changes because of like understanding what is needed, what is the must there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it might not be the real need, it might just be I did know.
And yeah, in that phase, right? Yeah. So I think that's a good, that's a point that I wanted to bring across in front, because it's just the same like our right hand and left hand. Actually, all of us, we were kind of born with the right and left, right? When we were born, like maybe we just took up a pen and then we were right-handed. Yeah. No one told us to do it. Yeah. Or left-handed, right? So it's the same by MBTI. So that doesn't change. That's actually involuntary. Yeah, it doesn't change. It's just that sometimes we are not aware. Yeah, or we put on a mask and we think that this is us. Yeah, so that's why it's like a journey to really figure out what is your real MBTI. Yeah, So we may think for a long time that we are a certain preference, but slowly it's like, hey, actually, that's not me. Yeah. So essentially, MBTI doesn't actually change. Yeah, it's just your awareness of yourself. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So later in order like that. Yeah. So all of you you will have a like occupying one of these groups here. Right? You will find a MT or ISFT or whatever. Right? These are you just the combination makes sense. Right? Okay, now let's discover your MBTI. Let's get into it. E or I. Okay. This one has a scenario here. Let's say it's Thursday night, right? The end of the working week. We have lots of activities, so much work to do, and somehow so busy. You drive home, and ta-da! Surprise! Right, your family or friends that organize a party for you. Right, what is your first response? I see some reactions on your face already. Okay.
Happy that's me.
Yeah, that's you. Happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
And what would you do? So you open the door, and what happens for you?
shout.
Yeah.
Start shouting. I think my family has a great balance, so I think I would just also like match the energy.
Okay.
Everyone in between.
Nice. Yeah. Very good. So you just
Very excited, yeah. Socializing everybody, yeah.
Okay. I know. I see some looks on your face.
No, get out of the house.
Out. Yeah. What's your
Of course, I would smile because I'm gonna get angry, but I would be like so embarrassed.
so embarrassing? Okay. Yeah.
I
Why?
need the center attention. I don't like it.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
I like parties and so on, but like just me, like the protagonist. Sorry, the main character of the person.
No.
But of course, I would smile. Like, I will be like, okay, goodbye, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'll smile and I will say thank you, but yeah, I will think like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
Oh. Okay. All right. Sure. For you? I think I'll do it. I saw similar facial expressions now. Okay. Yeah.
My house, please.
Okay. Yeah. And what would you do? So you open the door and said, what would you do? Probably big surprise. Acting surprise. and because why? Yeah.
Like that. I don't like the
Oh, okay. But apart from the center of being a center of attention, anything else? Okay.
Make a personal space.
Okay. Anybody else wants to share?
Yes, Teresa.
Because I don't like surprise and I feel that my friend is just chatting with it.
Party people here.
Yes,
Yeah. What about you, Teresa?
I think I will be happy because they thought about me at the kitchen, but I will feel also a bit embarrassed as they said. But I will enjoy it. Like I will invite, but I prefer they go solo.
Yeah. I still organize it because the next person is like what I experienced my different topic.
But I will be happy,
I agree. I read about the right party.
So you like surprise party, but you are
Actually, guys.
I think I would thought my family like surprise, like planning. Like
Yeah.
I would know in advance that they are planning a surprise.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay. Good.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So this, yeah. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I'm just going to skip that one. Right. So just cling on to that scenario, right? And I'm going to unpack what E and I looks like. Right? So again, the keyword is about energy. In for extroversion or extroverted people, right? So the focus is on the external world, right? Everything that's happening outside, you get a lot of energy from that. Like people, things, animals, yeah. So you get a lot of energy from that. this communication style, the preference is verbal. Verbal means like talking, right? So talking, bouncing ideas, a lot of verbal communication. Yeah, they like to have people around. The fourth bullet is very nice. I like this one because actually extroverted people tend to do first. Yeah, so they tend to do things like, okay, let's do because it's about external, right? I think nice like I'll do this. Yeah, then think that oh actually, then do right. So they do things too, right? So they tend to act quickly as well. Yeah, maybe so a bit more action oriented. And they learn best by action or consultation. Means like they like to brainstorm. They don't have the idea or the solution in their minds. Like, hey, go in and then just uncover this, and then okay, then they come up with the answer themselves. Yeah. So that's how an E plays. So you see, and they draw a lot of energy from the outside, out the way. Okay. For introversion, so introverted people, their energy is more inside. Yeah, inside in the inner world. Right? So they get a lot of energy from themselves. The energy is within. And instead of verbal, they prefer written communication. And then don't talk to me, I want to think about it, write it out first. Right? So that's more written. And they prefer to go. Right? So the preference is that
Primarily analyzing.
yeah.
Everyone
Yeah,
outside
it's
is-
so much, yeah. Think of it yourself, right? Yeah. That if you resonate a lot with one, then it's I think pretty clear, right? Yeah. It's more thinking first, thinking carefully before doing. Yeah, instead of jumping straight into action. Yeah. And you learn a lot through reflection. Right? So, and one more thing, do you notice? I just want to share the size, the length of the arrow. Right? What do you notice about the length of the arrow? Shorter or like
Circle sticker. Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, that's a good one, but okay, forget about this. No observation.
Oh, yeah.
The arrow size is the same. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it's actually the same. Yeah, so it doesn't mean that introverts have low energy. Yeah, they have lower energy if it's too much of an extroverted external energy. Yeah, because the energy is inside. Yeah. Okay, so then the extroverted energy saying that they have more capacity, but it's because they're dealing with outer world. Yeah, that's something that they prefer. Right. Based on that, yeah. Are you able to see yourself in either one of this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Mariam, go go. One. Yeah. There's something E. Okay. E.
Interesting.
Hi. What a surprise.
Never have thought, no.
I. Okay, if you are very sure, write it down. I hear everyone is like 100% sure or not so sure. Anyone a bit like not so sure.
Well, this changed much. The question was like if random people. Because I'm only excited if it's friends, family.
It's not so much about the who for this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just more of your reaction. Yeah, I think more like, oh, there are people anyway, like there are more, yeah. So it's not so much about who's there. Yeah.
True. Or you can position it in a scenario where you are going into a party and you don't really know anyone there. Do you go up to the person and like, hey, let's meet you and start having conversation, or just like, I'm just going to the snack corner and grab some snacks and then wait for someone to approach me, or if there's no one, I'm just gonna get out. So you can see yourself in that way, you see the person, they're like, oh, there's so many people out there, get to know that draw so much energy, or I'm just gonna go hide in the corner and get my snack and I'll just go 5 days. We're just very nice.
I think that maybe introverts also be more selective with that. Just more like maybe one or two people, yeah, that they like, then they would actually be okay with that. Yeah, but not too many like unfamiliar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone not so sure? Yeah. Okay, then write it down. Yeah, if you're sure E or I, you can write it down. Okay. Okay, how possible really concept. What do you think Okay, who here says they are E? Okay, majority here. Okay, what do you think the E will find the most annoying about an I? Oh, E is annoying about I. Yeah. So if you're working with a control person, what do you go?
Use your words.
Okay, yeah. Why you so quiet?
I forget when you asked the data concern years ago, like they asked you, but it was like,
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
they like look harder than but
Yeah.
you rejected like.
Even in Malays, there's a word, sometimes we see they come out as sombong. Like sombong is like reserved, someone's like very reserved, it's stuck up. They're not stuck up, but sometimes the impression is, they give off the impression, seemingly, because they prefer quiet. I guess, like something.
Okay, yeah, I like the E stop first, obviously, because the E will jump into it. I guess like the eyes sometimes you think now about the eyes. Yeah, let's hear it from the eyes. Yeah, E shut up, yeah. Yeah. Figure out stuff that's like annoying.
Yeah.
And yeah, anything else? I'm sure there's much more there.
Talk a lot.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And they don't really listen and think not really listen. Okay, very good. I feel you also I'm tired. Not said anything yet. Are you not interested? Yeah. And of course, among all the other things that you mentioned, like so words, like any, yeah, what else? Yeah. Yeah. So why did you say anything? You're thinking out loud, it's irritating and it's talking too much, right? Yeah. Can you think before you speak? So that's how the eyes will thinking about ease and ease thinking about eyes. So this also can sometimes create conflict and meetings or work together, right? Yeah. So just to be a bit more aware about it. That actually, remember, E's like to do first then think, right? Yeah. So, it's very natural for them that we have not thought things through can. So, you can, allow them the space for, to try to address it out loud. Yeah. And then they will know. But the eyes, you can't, if you ask them a question, don't expect them to respond immediately. Take some time to think first. Yeah, before they respond. Okay, so that's how we actually yeah. Okay. I'm going to move on to the next one. Okay. The second dimension. So remember, the second dimension was about how do we filter information, right? Get information. So there's S and M. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a picture really quickly on the screen, only 10 seconds, and then I'm going to off the picture. Okay. All right. I just want to hear what I saw. Okay, let's start. Okay, what do you say? Okay, starting from Shout out what you see in that picture.
One thing, one person say one thing.
Hmm?
One person one thing.
No, you can say the last person got maximum 3 things.
Maximum 3 things.
Maximum, so you can just say one thing or maximum 3 things. That's the picture.
There's a.
I Okay, Mariam.
Jack didn't go Jack, Jack just. I got to speak a little bit. I think.
Oh, the word of Jack.
Jack didn't go Jack, Jack jumps over the flame.
Okay.
That was a frontier.
Okay, volunteer.
I know, I got it.
I don't know how to say it in English. It's marionettes.
Marionettes, yeah, marionettes. Marionette talks here. That's what they call it. You can do it to this again.
They were two puppets and white hair boy.
What?
White hair boy.
White hair boy.
Boy.
Ah, okay.
I had mania at my time.
Okay, white hair man. Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
No, they were Spanish.
And
Like
oh yeah. Okay,
yeah,
yeah. Insects. Oh, yeah. Sorry. All right. Better move on, right? Teresa?
so
Yeah,
Can they get that?
that's
That's it. Okay.
but the rest is all.
Yeah. It's a countryside. Of course, the puppet master wearing like like the clown,
Actually, saying
okay. Very good, is it? I think the puppet master dressed up like a
Like the Puppet Master has a countryside shirt.
clown, is it?
Like, yeah, you know that the hat and like.
Oh, okay, very. Oh, the just the head.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't want to see
That's
that.
that.
Okay.
I thought it was fall. No, I didn't see it. Just I know what you're thinking.
Okay. Let's see, okay, better one, let's see. Simone?
I saw the puppeteer man doing this and wearing a button-up shirt like that.
Okay. Automated.
And then the border, the jack is something that the top row there's a beat. There's a little beat.
Wow, okay, sir. B. B.
Like,
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 oh, that B. So, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the B. Oh, okay. Nice.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One of them, but
Nothing else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this, yeah, so I think actually looking at it, you got, yeah, very, very good, right? I think it's described it very well, all these things, but I actually made a distinction to the back. Yeah, do you know what the difference is?
What is information? Invitation, yeah. Yeah, I think that is.
Implied. Some of these, I mean, you see the numbers. So actually those things here, right, I can literally prove it. It's here, right? This jack with label, it's really jack with label, jack with queen, there's a B, something like that. You say the hand gesture, I can prove that it's there, literally, right? Yeah, white hair man, insects, there's a candle, right? These things, not necessarily I can prove that, right? It doesn't say that this is my account. Yeah. Okay, well, puppeteer, maybe yes, maybe no. Renaissance, is it really Renaissance? Yeah. So this is a bit more like, I think I have to say the word implied, right? So these are things that you see, you can find, you can feel, it's practically there, right? These are more looking at the overall picture, what you make of it. Yeah, so you make information out of information. Like some people have said, like, it looks like a dream, and this picture looks a bit like a dream, or it looks like these guys are, the puppets are slaves to the master. Yeah, no one knows it, and it really stays, yeah. So you come up with your own like, sort of story or narrative based on what you see. Right. So that's the difference. Right. So how some people get their information. Right? So for example, let's say the report. Okay. How do you read the report? So you have a report in hands, right? lots of words, facts, figures, data. Maybe Simon for you.
But read the headline first.
Read the headline first.
Yeah. And only I will go into details. So if let's say the report is a book, I'll read the title and then after that I'll go to the table of contents and see what other topics there. And only whatever interests me, I'll just go to that page.
Okay. Yeah, very good. You agree very much with Simon. Anything else to add on how you read a report?
Well, in the first place, actually, I can read a report. That's strange to be a report. That's not what I enjoy reading. So naturally,
Yeah, but how do you actually you have a report you have? But
say if it is a report about something that I enjoy, we take the time to see what we're going to think. And then form an opinion about it, whether it wants to reading first, and then I would go into it. I don't know, like kind of, I feel like I'm more like intuition. Not forward, about before I go into it.
yeah, okay. Yeah. Teresa?
I would listen to like just go to it in that moment. And maybe it's very dull and doesn't interest me, I will do like a summary, which I didn't see at the time.
Say same. Okay, yeah. Anyone else have different things? No? No? You know, so like series movies? Yeah, Netflix. How do you usually watch those?
How do you watch?
Yeah, how do you like to watch your series? Episode by episode. Episode by episode?
Wow.
Finish. What is if you skip an episode, I cannot.
No.
No, fast forward it. I
No, I watch it.
Oh,
This is how I know that.
you can just leave.
I didn't sleep, but I think it's.
Or I watch shows, sometimes I'm watching early and look at it, sometimes pause to the process of seeing and then finish it. After the game, so I have to like sit down and like sit for episode before I start the next one. I cannot start like see the next series.
Really?
Cannot, I have to like, sit with it. So that like feel it very, very like strongly.
What about people who
No,
just watch the first episode and then watch the last episode? That's nice.
But I think I would do it in a different way because sometimes Netflix, right? You
Yeah.
have this review of somehow what the story is all about. Right?
Yeah.
And then you watch the first episode and you read. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like cool.
Yeah.
Then yeah, then I just like, okay, let's wait until the whole episode. They have to publish everything. Like, and I can even do like the first episode and the last episode. That's it.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
It
yeah.
depends on how the scenario.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, so I think something like the information, right? So that is sensing also, right? So sensing is more on this side, the ones who are more on practical. Right? So they take in information in a very sequential step-by-step way. So for example, in terms of reading a report, the tendency is that they prefer to not miss the details. Yeah. So details are important to them. It's not about like overall picture. They will come to the conclusions eventually, right? But details are still important. Yeah, like you want to know like what's the fact in figures. Yeah, and you cannot skip it. Like for example, in terms of Netflix, like say like series, right? You prefer not to skip. Yeah, if you skip one part, like, you must make sure that you don't want to lose out the information. Yeah, so what's the fact? Focus on what's real, what's current, and they tend to focus on information step by step. Yes. Usually it's a bit better. Yeah. Like 5 minutes.
Jeanne?
Jeanne? Small. Yeah.
I'll be back. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
One thing is that they actually tend to rely on experience. So that means things that have worked before, they tend to rely on them. Yeah, they like it and try to test them before. And so they tend to have a very good eye for details. Yeah, so even that in the report, right? Yeah, deal with the ones who really notice that, hey, your font size is off. Yeah. Or like, the page numbering, that's not correct. Yeah, so they have a very good eye for it. Right, it's not sequential. So it's it. The end information, so they tend to take things in a more big picture way, right? Yeah, so they look at the overall picture and they tend to go off in tangents and because they're thinking that they got all the information, it's like, I wonder like how this impacts something else. That's why I think tangents, right? So they focus more on new opportunities, not so much the present, right? But future. Yeah, future, what else, inspiration, and it could more for like new. And at the end of the day, they look for the pattern or the meaning, right? That's why I said, like overall, like I think the meaning is like a mini renaissance, right? Or like it's a countryside clown. What's the meaning of this? And so it focus more on the meaning. Right? This focuses more on the details. Right? Okay. So, any questions here? Is it clear? Do you see yourself at this side? Okay. What would you say yours?
I'm saying,
13 pence. Okay.
it's because but I'm not like not really so sure like the last.
Okay, not very sure.
Yeah.
And
But I tend to go more into 65, but I also see myself like going to it. Like it's a 70, 30%.
so now if you were to choose your more towards, then would you say more towards S?
Yeah.
Maybe you can check with your friend here also. What do you think is yeah. Yeah, your own point of view, yeah. Just to help out a bit. Do you think the result is more S or more N?
I think it's,
S? I think so. Okay, yeah. You can ask your siblings and all that as well. Alright?
And
And
yeah, I know. It's like you really notice like the thing about sort of like big setbacks that I was trained to do that. But that's not actually diverged. That consulting trains you to be an S, but I'm not actually an S.
okay, yeah, good point. Charita? S. Okay. N. A. When and both. Yeah, both. Yeah, there's no more fears, yeah. It can still be, yeah, it's gonna be 51-49. So we should be on N, more N. Yeah, what's the question mark? Yeah. So you think yes or not really? That's not really yes. Maybe some parts of it, that's why it's like more train, right? As you say. Yeah. So what's the real word the end? What the end?
Sometimes
If you take your, sometimes, yeah, you're supposed to take your maybe work hat off also. Yeah. Hat off or think about your even some other past experiences.
It's like 5 hours every day to get us out of this at our natural selves outside of the life.
Yeah, I think yeah, we don't bring our most like the most authentic or a trained way. I feel this is required from people are. Yeah, so even if you're not super 100% sure, you can just write it down. But yeah, okay, very good. Do you need a 5 minutes break or anything? Anyone? Or good, continue because we're halfway, right? Huh? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. S people. For S people. Okay. Yeah. So S and Shamina, right? Okay. So what are the annoying things about the N people? What do you think?
I think when you said like watching us news, they skip results and like
Why would you do that?
or they fast forward because it doesn't interest me then. I don't understand.
Don't piece out the details, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I think it's annoying that they think they're like more creative, more than
Okay. Trigger people.
I feel it.
Okay, yeah, and I know anything else to add on?
Yeah, like the same, the watching series, like there's some people who sleep like parts, like it's not listening to sleep, it's not interesting for me. So they sleep like 3 minutes, and I don't. And I understand your point, like that they think that they are better, but I feel like I wish it was like.
Okay, not to say that as people cannot be creative, but it's just that they tend to be more of looking at opportunities, yeah, and the bigger picture. As we tend to be about. Okay, yeah, very good, yeah. Now, it's your turn now. For those one, and, yeah. What do you think is, yeah, could be annoying about the S people, yeah.
Yes.
Feels like, get over it, I mean.
A little excessive, yeah. Sometimes comes.
Some points it's like rigid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you're missing out on the bigger things.
Oh, that's where we get pedantic sometimes.
What was that?
Pedantic. You're too obsessive over tiny details. I understand why, but I'm like, hear me. The big picture, big picture. Why does it matter? That's for me.
Yeah, very good. Let's see that. Yeah, so that's it. Hey, yeah, bring to practical way, like in the class. So checking out these this engagement from this conversation. So up there. Yeah. See, okay, that. What the intuition. Yeah, why do you keep asking me for still details? Yeah, question details. And anything like that. And so this might be some of the parts of conflict as well. Of the all be discussing the same topic, but both sides see things very differently. Right? Yeah. But eventually, it's not that the S can't think creatively and the N can't pay attention to details as well. Right? Yeah. So they tend to both, but that the first reaction that may be on the side. Okay. Great. Skip this. We move on to T and F. Okay. T and F, thinking or feeling. Again, this is about discipline. Right. So, I'll ask you this question. If you got anything of great value now, right? Something of great value recently.
All back.
Okay.
Bag.
Your background.
Yes, I recently bought a bag from
Yeah.
China. It's a bag that I've been eyeing for a really long time. I
Nice.
told myself that it's my big go bag. Like when
Big girl.
it's called the brand is called Salmon. They call the seeds called a gather bag. Yeah, it's
You have to choose.
I'm looking it up now.
Yeah. I can bring it to office.
Yeah, sure.
Friday. I'll bring it to office on Friday. So why I bought this bag is I feel like this is a bag that I want to get myself when I'm a big girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's not cheap.
What color did you get?
I got the reddish one.
Oh my
reddish one.
God. Okay.
You have to bring.
Yeah, I'll bring this. Yeah, and I told myself that if I go to China, I will have to go there and buy it because it's a bit cheaper. Because
Yes.
it's quite I'm not a very big girl with branded stuff, so I find that bag is the most expensive bag that I ever invested in. So it took a lot of time in terms of like the design, the feeling, stuff like that. And it's not like a personal reward to it.
Nice.
That's why I got a bag.
And how did you come to buying that bag? Because you say you've been eyeing it for a while, right? So what made you finally decide to choose it?
Because I felt like it fit my vibe. It fit my vibe and fashion sense. Yeah, this is my style.
You know a lot of research.
No, I just feel that I like it. It fits my outfits. Let's go. Not much detail. Like,
Feeling person.
yes, like you ask me, oh, what material, like is this real?
Yeah, no?
I just
It feels good.
It's like all the ladies here, so maybe we can talk about handbags for a while.
Yeah.
Anybody else also bought like handbag recently? No? No?
Two pairs of new shoes.
You guys have been shoes?
These ones here.
Okay. And how did that process work out for you?
I know I needed to buy like maybe a pair of more shoes because the other ones are really getting baggy. I wouldn't wear them to to work, but then I went to my usual place to get shoes and I usually get my shoes from Charles and shoes, so
Yeah.
buy some shoes.
Like it's like really fun.
Yeah, I liked it, and I still bought it.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Yeah, it's so
And a pair of nice like top converse because I want.
okay. Anybody else wants to share something maybe beyond fashion? So anything of value that got recently?
We're both like obsessed with those shoes that are like,
Okay, yeah, like
we are both like obsessed. They are super expensive, but we buy it from eBay. Yeah. We don't care if second hand material, we just want like, we don't care if they are like damaged.
Yeah.
We just want to wear it.
Yeah.
Because
And-
they fit so well.
Because it fits so well.
Yeah.
And do you also like, how do you buy them? Do you like do the research or checking out?
Yeah, like there's like photos and there's like a scale from like Bali.
Sorry?
Do you know what it's been?
Pinterest?
Vinted.
I
Like
don't
it's
think
a
so.
website of the second hand.
Oh.
Yeah. So we always get them from
Nice.
there, but buy it from people who are in France and they send it to you.
Oh, okay.
And it's really good. Like you can say that I want this price from like this color. Yeah. So yeah, it's like sometimes it's showing the other person who is selling it, so they can
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. And how do you decide that this is the shoe for me, I'm gonna buy it?
I say.
Like very good. Nice. I think we all go shopping together, right?
There is something for that.
Secondhand like that.
Okay, anyway, coming back here, yeah. Gonna go shopping after this. Yeah. I think coming to how you make decisions, I think key people thinking is that a bit more logical. Right? So you actually find things out in a more logical way. So actually in buying things of great value, right? Why it's not the person about great value, is that you need to think about it. It's not something cheap that you can easily just throw like 5 ringgit, 10 ringgit. But you actually, there's like significant amount of money, right? You say it's expensive, right? It's expensive. How do you actually decide to buy it? Right? So those who are more on the thinking side, of course, they will evaluate a little bit more logically. Is it functional? Is it something that I will use every day, example? Right? Yeah. Or like, what about the price? Is the price worth it for the quality or like for whatever I'm getting? Right? Yeah, of course, the color, the material, and all these things, but then you need to evaluate. Right? I think some people mention buying a house. Right? Yeah. So a house you see like the location, the price, who's the neighbors around, you know, the value of it, blah blah blah, what's the facilities around. So there's more of the thinking, and then you check like, okay, does it make sense? Right? So they are more swayed by logic as well, right? So it's logical, it should be very objective. One thing just now I didn't go into it, is about how to have feedback to one another. Yeah, like it's not really have conversations or like have difficult conversations. So see people, they tend to they like to be honest in the sense that everyone is equal, right? If I give you feedback, right, it's more like this very objective, right? I believe that this is not good and I think that you can do, right? And they can vote without consensus. So that means they say like this is the truth, it's black and white, like that, right? Okay. And let me show you the evidence, the other some of it will be more sense. People they tend to see what's important for yourself, your own values, and also your surroundings. Yeah. So as people, it's more about if you want to harmony. So harmony means that means you consider yourself, but actually harmony is harmony with everyone. Yeah. So considering others' feelings or values or what other people consider important as well. Tend to be more empathetic and understanding, right? And you see both T and F, they are honest as well. Both are honest, but they see things in a different way, right? So T is more like everyone is equal, right? But in terms of F, maybe it's like everyone's equal, but hey, maybe this person is just having a bad day because something happened to them, like maybe their cat's sick, or their dog is sick. So actually I should maybe give them some snack. Right? So that's how they see the treat more as an individual, like what's the circumstances that came with it. Right? And they work best when there's consensus. That means everybody agrees, there's harmony, then they work better in that way. Right? So people are very comfortable without consensus. That means if we don't agree in this room, it's totally fine. Yeah. I have my opinion, you have your opinion, it's okay. Yeah, I'm okay. But as people get very uncomfortable if there are very differing opinions in this room. Yeah, so I think back to decision making as well, right? When I talk about the bank or like the house, if I something of great value, so see people small logic, right? Yeah, so this is what I'm looking for, and as if it meets the criteria, it makes sense for me to go with option B, right? And people may have a checklist as well, right? I have also all these criteria that I saw, but somehow like maybe option A should be the answer. But as people sometimes say suddenly like, hey, actually I like this bike more. Right, doesn't make sense, but I just like it. Yeah, somehow it fits better. Yeah, so they may be more sweet, right? That because somehow it fits their vibe or standing or something. Yeah. So people who see this picture, right? They tend to take a step back from the situation to make a more objective decision. Right? Very objective. And people tend to step into the situation. Yeah. To understand and empathize. Okay. So, clear on TF? TF? If anyone's not sure, struggling, not so sure. Okay. When? What's it? T? Okay, okay, good. F? 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 T? Yes. F. All right. Yeah, and you're very sure? It's okay if you're not very sure, can help you.
I'm not that sure.
Yeah, not so sure.
Before taking the restoration of the sleepers. But then, it's like sleeping. I think that's.
Okay.
I'm not that sure.
Okay, yeah, sometimes, it's not so obvious this one.
Yeah, as for
Yeah.
example, about like suppose you prepare like buying drugs. I think that if I buy like things cheap things, how do we get like a bit about it? But when it's said about something like important, on the price, I never like go to the station. And I have like to understand about people and I want like influence.
Yeah.
I mean, before taking the decision, so then I think,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
And that makes sense about it. Yeah, you can definitely can be both. Yeah, but actually different, more like more natural. Yeah. So, yeah, again, no right or wrong, right? I think we all have elements of both as well. Yeah, so next time when you make a decision, maybe you can pay attention a bit more like, how is it your heart thinking more or your head thinking? Yeah, your heart is feeling it or your head is actually doing the logic. Yeah. Okay, maybe Teresa, what do you think? Can help my mom? Do you think she's more T or F?
I think she's both, but more the T because she's very decisive. Every time we need to go out, she's like super late and calling me like, what do I wear? Like this. And I'm like,
Whatever.
I don't know, whatever. Sushi. Yeah, like I need to go to like a
Consult.
yeah, I need to consult like everything.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be an
Yeah.
thing too? Because you need consensus, the consensus of like other people to finally make a decision.
Yeah, but you also said that if it's like impulsive.
Not so much. Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really.
Okay, so I understand that.
Yeah, no, so but I think I don't know whether that scenario is the best scenario to evaluate whether you're T or F. Yeah, about being indecisive. Yeah.
Both can be.
Yeah, I think both also can be, maybe there's something else there.
Probably your decision in coming here as internship is also a big decision, right? For you. But in a way,
It was super easy to take that decision.
yeah, so
And she straight out would say yes, so I think maybe this one, like she didn't. So am I actually, yeah, maybe you're fine.
We've never have.
Yeah,
you have to still
yeah.
go through like a lot of decisions
Yeah.
to make decisions.
Yeah, but I think whichever you think you are, there's a bit more, you can just write it that small. It's okay if you change later. Also. Yeah, because that if you think now you're okay, you write the statement, but later on,
I think it's very expensive. Because like I took this, I think at 6:15 and then 16 and I went into like 19:22. But it kept changing because it became clear which one was the person I was trained to be, the person I was pretending to be, social acceptability, and which one, I think later as I reached 30 years old this year, which one is the real, that one you might, that just takes life experience to understand over time. I don't know.
again, like long, there's now the topic of feedback, when like, say when you're dealing with a friend. People actually have lesser, I would say, it's less difficult for them to give feedback, right? I think Korean is say, yeah, not just say because it's objective, it's true, right? And it's not wrong, yeah, right? You want to help them, I would say, but the F people tend to find that more difficult. Yeah, because they value. Yeah, so even if you think about your interactions with your friends as well, so it's not only about finding things as well. Yeah, maybe like how you interact with your friends. So it's like, oh, I don't want to put them. Yeah, like consider a lot of feelings, like, yeah, I think person going through a lot. Yeah, but then the deep is like, I need to see it because this is really important. Yeah, so people also see that. Yeah.
Okay, so Maren, you are.
I'm actually like naturally not, but I've had to like become comfortable with these teams and taking on the traits of the team, especially like giving people feedback I need to hear it. That's not why I'm naturally am, but I had to train myself to be comfortable with it. So maybe I'm like 40, 60 or like 45.
So naturally leaning towards the F side.
Yeah. But honest, I think it's like the most in between. So
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Let's go to the last one. Yeah, I think the last one is Simone's favorite. But yeah. T and F, yeah. T and F. So who shall we start?
Oh yeah,
I yeah, what are people find the F? Suppose like that. Doesn't make sense. Oh, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Huh?
Yeah, why?
Oh, feeding, right? Feeding, yeah. Students are more feedings. Okay, makes sense. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what to say.
I remember this about.
Okay.
Because the people were like very feeling based, they value harmony with like the true person. Like I said, me speaking is feeling, I know this as a on thinking side. It's like, I don't know why you're telling them, why you're trying to tell people they want to hear us. I want to find a little bit, just a little bit like, yeah, it's not what they need to hear.
Okay, thanks, Corinne. And then all the other X, what do you think about the T?
Thanks so much.
Huh?
And why thanks so much.
Huh?
Yeah.
Right.
Blunt sometimes.
Hard.
Too hard.
Yeah, like they don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't get through to listen, like they just stuck in there.
Insensitive.
Insensitive.
Yeah.
So the T, like, we mean it, you right, yeah, like, hope, yeah, like, this makes sense, yeah. Yeah. It's so business-like, they ask me how I feel, but how I'm doing, people are asking me to do what's business, right?
So, very introvert and consider the whether it's in the mind. Yes.
Okay.
It's very.
I will.
Right or wrong, best words. It's not interpret their
That you have the logic person in the relationship, but it's also going to be tiring for you.
He's gotta know your language, you gotta know his language, it's all it is.
very good.
Yeah.
Okay, we move on to the last one, as I said. So, how do you deal with the outer world? What I okay.
Oh, this is.
Okay, the ones who have traveled very recently. Share.
I think that here we are exactly the same.
Yeah.
We're the worst planners.
Yeah, and you decide what is friends, yeah.
I'm thinking, I'm always like the person that doesn't do like anything, I just think, and they organize it.
Okay.
And they always say that, oh my God, one day you're gonna like find someone who is worse than you, and you're gonna kill each other.
So, but you got on the plane and you arrived at your holiday destination, right? And you find that destination. Yeah, so funny. Yeah, so how did that happen? Yeah. How does it
I think you mean yes. We cooked that day at night, like at maybe 10, and we had it at 6 a.m. So it was like, we picked the flights. I think like 8 hours before. 8 hours before.
You feel any stress about this?
No stress of that. We didn't have any plan, like tomorrow we're going to do this, we didn't have any plan. We actually booked it like there, once we got to Bangkok.
Yeah.
And we booked a trip on Saturday morning to go to the train and to the market.
Yeah.
And we fell asleep. Both. We paid it, but we fell asleep 8:30 and we get up like at 1.
Oh, yeah.
So we're like, oh, we missed it, but and we had to pay it again. So yeah, we went upside. But we finished it. Like, was part of this. We got a race.
Very good, nice. Okay, what else wants to share about how you plan your holidays?
This is the attitude I want to emulate. I'm not chill. I'm not chill.
Yeah, but now you don't, right? So that what is
I'm in a lot more time.
yeah, how do you plan your holidays?
I used to go like my itinerary. To be like I can tell everything booked like 6 months or a year in advance. Now I'm like, okay, you can buy like you can buy like this. Like so I'm a lot more chill. Oh, that's fine.
Getting there, I'm getting there.
I'm not all the way, but
Okay.
very good.
Okay, I'm gonna skip this one.
Okay.
Working on a project, yeah, because we're all creative and somehow, yeah.
You can ask them to draw. You can draw on the.
No.
Yeah, you can tell, yeah. Teresa, can I get you the phone? Yeah.
Teresa, draw.
Yeah. How do you get from A to A is like the starting point, B means you deliver your project, right?
In your own preference.
Yeah, so how does getting A from A to B look like? But like an important project or important project,
Let's say every project.
like
Your assignment, yeah.
yeah, 3 months to get from A.
Oh,
Yeah, like you know, right? How does that work? You look into your project, yeah.
Be honest.
Don't trust somehow project. Yeah. I will probably leave and come back.
Yeah.
Okay, like say,
Yeah.
go like no, this is like more slow. Then I come back here. I read fast.
Okay, yeah, very good. Thank you. Mariam,
This is so different though.
I just want to know.
I'm more to explain for this, not for like holidays.
Okay,
Different thing entirely.
I
Just
really,
Korean, just Korean.
okay, you want to nominate Korean?
I think so.
How does that project?
If you do like this, yeah, that's exactly.
You want to this just like that.
That's not me, you know.
Okay. Good. Okay. So how do we work on the content? Oh, sorry, the other way around.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, the other way around. So for the J is the one that. Okay, you say a straight line, but usually, say 3 months, right? A bit more like, okay, week 1, I'm going to achieve this, right? So then by week 2, I'll get here, by week 3. So it's a bit more planned milestones, right? Actually, right? So I get 10% of work done, 20%, then hit this milestone, right? So that's a bit more how the judging. Okay. Right? Yeah. So generally, and you know what this thing is?
Last minute rush.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, the last minute rush, right? It's like more intensity, right? Yeah. But you see, actually both get from A to B, right? You still get there, right? You still got to Bangkok, right? And you came back safe, arrived and you had a great time. Days also they arrived and they had a great time. So we all both get the job done, but in very different ways, right? Okay, so people, how do you deal with the outer world? They tend to be more structured and organized. They prefer structure, right? They are more methodical, they have that short-term, long-term, that planning, systematic, like to organize their life. Right? So if you go to their house, or you go to their car, their room, right? Usually it's more organized. That's I don't know. I don't want to generalize because there are also some J's that I know can be very messy.
Yes.
Yeah, so messiness is not it's a indicator, but it's not the only indicator of whether you're J. I don't, yeah. Some J's can be very organized as well, right? So, yeah. One thing is that J's tend to make decisions quickly. Yeah. So actually they can decide fast. Yeah. Right. For P is perceiving. Yeah. So they have experiences and opportunities more in the last minute. So it's more unsystematic, flexible, spontaneous. It was spontaneous like, okay, something comes like let's see. Or not, right? Yeah. So they're open to change and more adaptable. The thing about decisions, right, is that it's usually delayed. Yeah, so they're slower to make decisions. Not because they're too slow, right? But why? Why do they delay decisions at the last minute? Yeah, it's why do you think peace is last minute? So this one, like why do you think delay decisions? So there's no insight.
For example, for me, I work better with pressure. Me too.
Work better with pressure.
Yeah. Like for example, for our study, if I start something like, if I start 1 month before the exam, I still am so slow. But then if I start 3 days before, I can be like those 3 days without sleeping, and I get like even better without sleeping.
Okay. Yeah, because I think some people have shared that actually when you start off, right? Actually, it's not that the P's are not doing anything. It's not like that. Right? Actually, P's are doing something. This thing here is they're exploring options. Yeah. So they don't decide that because they don't decide, hey, like maybe there's a better option, or maybe there's something else that I can do. So they're okay. So it's like, oh, okay, so there's a word, something else basically. Right? So actually what's happening is that they're exploring options. So too much of the exploring comes delay. Yeah. Then the deciding comes only at the last minute. Yeah. So that's the view, right? So it's more spontaneous, whereas J's are more clear, like when they need to decide things. Yeah, move things along. Okay. Okay. Are we very clear on this one?
Yeah.
Think so? Yeah, okay, so Puyen, what's yours? I'm J. Okay, J.
Well, it's like said GG isn't done.
Yeah. Shariza, J. P. E. Okay. Anyone not so sure, not so clear about this? I think usually because it's quite clear. The more difficult ones are the middle which. Yeah. Sorry?
I don't know. So now I'm just like processing. Sorry. And processing. Okay.
Oh, yeah, is it this one? Unsure on the fence?
Naturally, I'm like very much listening, but like not structured. Because I know you for like for my holidays, it's very structured. But naturally for a lot of other things in life, and more so it's like there is it's organized in the way that I do it. I believe it makes sense to me, even though it's not organized outside. So.
But the question is like for a holiday, right? If you were unplanned, right? How do you feel stressed? Stress.
Yeah, that's stress.
So that's more of the J, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you said you're ill, but you're very good.
But kind of like both, I think, because it really depends on the situation.
Yeah, everything's good, but like, you say no.
Definitely natural. It's naturally, it's instinctually. I mean, there's also kind of like, the eye, which is, sort of like just touching the surface of how human behavior tends to place. Going below that, I'm also like both on autistic and ADHD spectrum. So I like rigid structure sometimes, and like sometimes when you have teams, the ADHD side rebels against that. So then I'm stuck with team again, which is very interesting. That's why I say that it's both EJ and P. Very like weird little like chaotic mix of
Okay, yeah. All right, very good. So now you have your combination of the letters, right? Yeah. So if you don't mind, can you all shout out? I'm just going to write it here, right? Okay. Mariam.
Yeah.
ENFT. Please. I know. ESFT. Yes. Okay. Teresa. Stay.
That's why you guys are besties.
Okay. Sharina. ISFJ. ISFJ.
NFP.
P.
ISTJ.
INTJ. Okay. What I see here. Okay. For these 2 I's, 4 S, so 3 S, 3 N, not very balanced. All S, so 1 T. Yeah. And equal P equal J. Okay. Yeah. Interesting combination here in this room at least. Okay. Oh, I forgot about this one, but never mind, I'm just going to show you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay, no need to this steps. Yeah. Okay. So actually just coming back to the team, right? Now looking at your own profile, I've written it down. I'm just going to give you all this booklet you can share or you can do. So this is the MBTI booklet. In there is like the descriptions of all these things that I can just see. And you can do, for example, say my TNMP, right? Yeah, there is a little box here for every single one with a short description. So you can find your own and read about it and see if it really resonates. Because even if some of them just like not so super sure yet. Yeah, maybe for example, I know you said like ESFP or ESTP, right? You can look at both. Yeah, find both and then you read like which one is good. Yeah. And then there's even more like even more detailed breakdown. Yeah. So you can read more at your best, what are the characteristics, how other people might see. Yeah. So I think this is actually very helpful. Okay, so you can take this book and read. Yeah. Or
It's okay, yeah.
it's okay, so you can
There's three of you.
Yeah, so you can keep it, you can go at home and read about it and all that. Yeah. Yeah, so have a look. And it's okay if today this is what's right now. And then later on, you're going to reflect on it in your own time. Right? You can come back and say to me, actually, Jean, I think it's not, this is actually something else. Yeah, this is understanding or discovering yourself is not like a one day thing. Yeah, you can ask for feedback from your friends as well, people that you know, your parents or your siblings, your closest friends. Like, hey, what do you think about this?
See what I can get.
Yeah. I can see why. That's because those actually that good.
You can have your own judgment first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. So yeah, and the thing is, it's good to sort of land on one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, but it's also.
Yeah.
Was it one thing for us? Any of something I'm saying, what I'm saying.
I don't know.
You know.
Okay.
You will know better.
Okay.
What's yours?
Yes.
Yeah. Want to guess?
Yes,
Double
cheap
or-
one. Yeah. Why not you try to guess cheap one first?
Okay. INTJ.
Yes, yes, cheap one.
Okay. I think they will.
So did you think?
INTJ.
That's what I'm thinking.
INTJ. N-E-N. But I think it's E S N N E N F G.
Wow.
Let's see.
Wow.
We all know them. Yeah, you don't know me.
Machine work.
Very, very far. So far. What is yours? What is yours? What is mine? Okay, like this, for this one, only one is correct. Some only one is correct. Yeah.
So,
it's not correct.
and she's not correct. I have
I am F. I think
IS and P.
or P. I do. Yeah, ISFP. Yeah, ISFP. Yeah, I got my work is like, yeah, because work is like more J. Yeah, I'm a P. You can ask him how he goes about things. J's. Yeah.
J, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, one thing that I want you guys me to think about now, right? Let's make it a little activity. Okay, then we can actually discuss it in smaller groups, right? Based on your own MBTI profile, right? So what are your strengths? Yeah, some of your strengths and what might be some of your blind spots or weaknesses, right? Yeah. So I would like you to discuss this a bit in pairs. Yeah, maybe Mariam can do this with Aina and then Janata and Farida and then small people, yes, right? Yeah, just like, so what are your, based on your own MBTI type, yeah, what would be your own strengths? Yeah, and what would be your blind spots? You can come up with the top two for each. Yeah, okay? Okay, let's take 10 minutes for that.
I'll make it long.
And there's still two of each.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, sometimes. As a. You get to know.
But that also each thing like this.
Sorry, don't plan.
Like, two over, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, all are.
They were saying of me
my is that I'm very inclusive, but maybe.
I
Yeah,
just
just
don't understand it, but that's fine.
And
My mess. I know how it works.
then I,
Organize it, sure.
when I take the decision, I say like, I had to do this earlier, or I have to think more about this. Like I regret maybe the decision because I never. Yeah. I think it's nice to become
Yeah. Still trying. Yeah. Together. People Yeah, friend and I said that it's like speaking, like just telling me everything. For myself, it's like very low. The monetary stress is everyone is but it's not really feel much good, right? Then yeah, like I like for example, that's you know I'm shocked that maybe there's more on the change side that. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I have another dog one. It's a nice open energy. Yeah, it's like very blurry. Like I'm chasing on a S.
Yeah, saying something to it. But at the end of the day, right, like when you think, yeah, I think that like opportunities to be like very practical, kind of like I very practical, like high or like and yeah, it's important.
And sometimes we go, when I go into the days or vacations, we
That's right.
I go for something. And when I have my role, assignments, like they feel very stressed, so maybe I'm
Yeah, like.
like I have this like one little fight with my mom because it's fine. Yeah.
So there's something I like. But the where's my ex?
Because actually trying the eye that's like each that maybe the breakfast, another breakdown, and yeah, for some breakdowns and another. So maybe that part, right? My one on one side is like on the axis. Yeah. Yeah, we can get a breakdown for different. Yeah. Yeah, so actually maybe overall it's actually technical. Yeah, but a little bit more people can something. Yeah, on the axis. On that one particular traits. I think and now. Yeah. That's the best.
Because I for sure like there's
But I
cannot be doing this.
I like that I'm trying to do everything. And I also
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
oh yeah, so it's like very different from so I think I'm very right.
Because then
Yeah, sure.
overthinking. I know, like that's just the.
Yeah, it's too much. You know. Those are the.
I will.
Okay, let's wrap up. It's super exciting.
Yeah,
Then I'm going to hear each.
yeah. Yeah, there's nothing going to go wrong with you. So maybe we should travel with you, like,
Then you will get stressed.
You know, there's a saying that every T needs a J, it's not necessary J needs a P.
So you don't get arrogant one. Okay. Since the J is very confident. Yeah, I would like to hear a bit more of your the strengths and blind spots. Let's start with this buoyant and Yeah, so what do you come up with?
Our strength is organized, structured.
Okay, organized structure. Okay,
The blind spot to that is flexibility and flexibility, right? But it takes a lot of energy for us. Like we
follow and you.
and follow it very fast.
Oh, but you say the rental box, no flexibility, is that what?
And then agility.
Yeah. Like change of plan.
For example, right, if let's say we miss your train, the one that is stuck, you'll be
Upset.
very, very upset.
The whole day we've been like, gone.
We just go the next one.
Very, very agility.
Oh, yeah, we heard, but we said, what can we do?
Right.
So, what to space Next. Okay, very good. Anything else? Did you discuss with?
The logical thinking.
How logical thinking. So that's really that's also why changes. Because we can see the other side of it. Okay, very good. So we pass the ball to either Shariza or okay.
So you prefer that? So, Sharita's strength is that she's very reliable and like you can trust her. And a blind spot is that she tends to think a lot and she's an overthinker. So,
Overthinker.
Yeah.
yes.
Solving. Yeah, good. And for yourself, anything else? To add?
A strength is that I'm very flexible when I think.
Unfortunately. Exactly.
And we can adapt to any change. Like it wouldn't be that like if I get stuck on something, I just move to the next thing. I don't always think that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, almost the opposite, right? One is think about, the other one is don't overthink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yes, yeah.
so
Very good. Emma and Mark?
my
Okay.
for me, I'd say like one weakness is that it's really hard for me to take decisions. I think decision making is so bad. And then I'm messy, I'm disorganized as well as.
And this tool is contributed by this both of you shared very similarly and yeah. Participants, messy, disorganized, and for you, more from the energy side, or serious, energy from the beginning. Yeah, and the strengths.
I told something I know that like sometimes the people seem like very chill. It's when you're working in a team setting that chillness becomes almost like a calm consider that doesn't stress. Yeah, I mean speaking as sometimes when I go to jail, when I'm really stressed and like when I'm really like slips over something and really focused, that may sometimes stresses my team. So it's
I agree. I like the calmness.
yeah.
So you need us.
We need everybody.
The calmness is very, it helps the J
Yeah.
to remain calm, for sure. Someone told me.
Strengths for me. I think I like to say like. Transparent. Social.
Yeah. Okay,
Like it's really good when people are stakeholder management.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like communication.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was to initiate.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, very good. I think, if we sit together longer, we can come up even longer lists as well, right? Yeah, or when we work together more as well, we can come up with longer lists, right? Of like how we can help each other. For example, I hear it's like opposites, right? Some say blind spot is that think a lot, but some say that don't overthink, Yeah, be calm, chill. On one side, it's like, oh, very messy and very disorganized, but some people get disorganized, so we need each other as well. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so something to reflect on as well, if you think about yourself and the team or the people that you're working with currently, right? What is their MBTI and what would be the possible match, right? That you can complement one another, yeah, but also frustrate one another. And what you bring to the people, your strength. Right, maybe everybody in the team is messy and disorganized, so you are the only J there. It can be frustrating, but now the team relies on you as well. Right, so you can utilize your strength. And that is something that you would really appreciate for as well. Right. So I want to just go quickly into the team MBTI. Do you want to make a guess, whole example Asia, right? Maybe yeah. What do you think is the MBTI for? Yeah, so yes, I would say E. Okay, yeah. Sure. E, yeah, what? I think I. Some say E, some say I. Okay.
Depends which side of the company you.
The whole company. Yeah. This
If you bring of the whole team. No, the people here.
Oh, people here.
If you combine all the individuals here, what's the general MBTI?
100%.
Yeah, I.
Okay, 100%.
Yeah.
E.
I would say I pretend to be an E.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah. You're right.
Okay, and then, what else? For example, what do you think?
I N
I-N? No, it's okay. Get it wrong. This is long S, right? But what you, huh?
INFP.
Is there one thing if others? Yeah. INTP, INTP? Okay. If. F, I'm not quite sure. F, there's no.
This group only overall.
Okay. Do you think? It's not some people say very sure E. Any other guesses on E? Oops, so everyone is E. E is
So because Chinese, Ryan, she can, that's what's been shot.
Yeah.
It's a rare Pokemon.
Okay, so shall we have a look? So that's not include the current.
Wow, now got a lot of gang one.
J. Okay, so this is not the current set. Let me fix that right now, and then you will see. Okay, I think. Okay, Korean. Actually, you're so low. Okay, I'm so low, man. Oh.
Yeah.
Korean, you're supposed to be. Then you say you are INTJ. Okay, I'll just go for today's one. Okay. Korean is INTJ. Yes, very S. S as E. And then Maria.
I don't know about S.
I have to doubt. Okay, so the E looks like.
Hey, you got to make
Oh yeah, because Zooming has identity crisis, so the last I checked, yeah, so I know where it's.
It's identity crisis towards what?
He doesn't know what's wrong. Yeah, later it will ask him. Yeah. So the last time I checked, Ryan, I think it wasn't.
What's right?
Yeah.
But Ryan is my topic.
Oh, yeah, it's that check stuff.
Okay, so the E's now are 8. I was S five S okay. And T I think still the same for me one. And then the X are now 17. J is I think it's not still probably the same. I think J is probably the same. 90 is
Let me take a house.
so that's J.
Just such me.
He knows the name of it.
I have to get a tiebreaker. Have to get a tiebreaker.
Okay,
J slash.
INFJ says that's the answer. It's a yeah, I think just it's good to know, right? Somehow as well that we are predominantly I actually quite balanced in it's not more E, right? But I think that's because of our purpose as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So very good person. And then like you told me such really connecting. So that's why we sort of eyes and try to be more students. So because of the professional services nature, yeah, but largely and very interesting. Yeah, so that's actually a little bit out of that. T and N is definitely out of that. Thank you for being there. Yeah. One logic.
Everyone's the entire company.
Yeah. So I think just as a takeaway. Yeah. I think overall as our team as well, right? It's just good for you to take home activity to reflect on. Right. And finally, your own self. Right. This is the thing that I said just now. Right? Yeah. A bit more about now yourself. What you bring to the table, your unique contribution to the team. Like I think that example when it's very unique contribution to team. What's good about that? Don't see that as like, oh no, I'm like the odd one out, right? But actually it's very valuable to check out because that will probably be our biggest blind spot, right? Keep on. But what must be then your biggest challenge or irritation then, right? Everybody else is yeah. Okay, so it's so feeling here. I cannot recognize. Okay, so if you have any more questions, right? Yeah, about yourself later on, yeah, if you want to talk about it or discuss further, you have more realizations after that. I'm very happy to do that. Right? Yeah, because it's just the start, it can take 2 hours. Right? Usually you can take a bit longer time. You're discussing with the whole team, yeah, about some of the right? So maybe just quickly a quick round of reflections, like how do you find the session? Yeah, and what's one thing that you learned or you took away from the session? Right? Maybe you can start off very quickly with Korean, around the table.
Yeah, I guess for me it's that the realization was that actually I'm not actually an expert for
Yeah, like when you thought in the
that like a bit more
okay, yeah. Okay, good. Takeaway. Nice. Yeah, Simon?
Yeah, jokes aside, although I say this is it was a joke, but I do agree that like with our differences, it is very beautiful to see when we go together.
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it. We're gonna be friends.
Yes, now we are friends.
Yeah, I would ask your feedback. Like, so, like,
I speak like okay, okay. Now you guys say nice things back. I can say nice things back. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, very good. Thanks, Iman. Sharida?
For me, it's very consistent. Yeah, even though I feel that I wanted to kind of like, yeah, I thought that I might be, but then I was looking at it like, yeah, I think it's more like a phase part of the episode there. Very consistent from the very one.
Okay, very good. That means you're very aware. Okay, great. Thanks, Sharida. Teresa?
I like it a lot because I got to know you more, like John, and also myself, that I find what I like, what I'm weak at, and yeah, you need each other to do
Very good. I just don't want to go on holidays. Yeah, very good. Thank you. There she goes.
like this issue. But so like to know each other and also to know like myself. That's the perfect way to thought I was see. And you will like realize that I was saying. So I like knowing more like, about myself. I'm thinking about my feelings and my ways. So
Yeah, very good. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, great. Maria?
This is nice exercise because it's helped me reflect on like the previous teams I've worked with my cohort. So knowing that's all also falling into like for different like TI types, department types. It's given me a greater appreciation for on who's in like how I should naturally work. So
Yeah, very good. Yeah, thank you. So thank you so much, everyone. I'm glad that you enjoyed the session. You guys were also great. I hope it's actually getting to go long. Right? So it's just the start. So thank you so much, everyone. All right. Thank you.
I know we have like meeting with.
yes, so saying and that's
okay, so it's not much more like assessing like your leadership like styles.
Okay. Like action oriented, resource ethics, educators, yeah, definitely we also taught this before we started. Just talk and identify what kinds of signal you already are. Okay, this is like less to do like the who you are as a person and more to do like with like how you tend to what roles. This is like what roles you tend to take on in a team. Because for this one, you can take like one or two roles. Sometimes you get to take on four. Oh, and the purpose of it is to figure out like how well collaboration for a project. Nice, I'll check it out. Yeah, thank you. And then it's oh, okay. Interesting. Very nice. Yes. So yeah. Thanks, Maria. Yeah, it's good to do this with you as well.
Yeah,
very curious.
I like my like psychology and psychology stuff. I do zodiacs too.
Oh, okay.